Happy Monday. Welcome back to the Brown Studio. Let's get it set up. I didn't get it set up ahead of time. There we go. So we're back at my house. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And I had a request from Cadence Ross. Excuse me, I need a slight sip of my hibiscus lemongrass sparkling beverage. She said what would be nice is to focus on some stretches. So I'm really going to focus for some of you on your chest. And then for everybody, because dance uses so much of our legs, I'm going to do some stretches with our legs today. And so there won't be as much strengthening. But anyway, find a comfortable spot. Let's get going. I hope you're doing okay. I sent out a picture of me jogging. Make sure you get out every day. I'm actually making this a couple days before Monday, so who knows what can happen between now and then. All right, let me get our music going and I'll meet you at the mat. All right, we're gonna do a little bit like a yoga class would be, so wow, that was loud. Not gonna do that. So let's go ahead and start on our back. I know, it's going to be exhausting. Just joking. Okay, so we're on our backs. Place your hands in a T, and we're going to start with really subtle movements of your lower spine. So you're just going to curl up like you're curling up your tail, just a little bit up and down. And then we're going to go down. And let's do that again. So you're kind of just warming up, articulating every little vertebrae in your spine. Should feel good. Give your back a little massage. All right, take one knee, start making circles. I noticed when I was watching, somebody showed me a picture from last week. Make little circles while I'm talking. And I was wearing these same sweats. I promise I do not wear them every day. Maybe I'll have to have a tradition where I wear my purple sweats on our moving out Mondays. And have your knee go the other way. We are going to have to get our blood flowing a little bit, so we'll probably do like some squats and stuff just to get our heat going into our thighs. And let's do the other leg. Circle it out. Just because then it's easier to stretch. You know, sometimes like I don't stretch before I exercise, I actually stretch afterwards. Because my muscles are already warm, then I don't feel like I'm gonna hurt them. It's kind of counterintuitive to like a jazz class, but because we always stretch first, but kind of like a ballet when you're doing a bar. All right, let's roll up. Let's do that same thing with our spine. Put your hands on your knees and make circles. I'm just facing this side so you can see what my body's doing, going forward, and then I go right or left. Doesn't matter which way you go. And the other way. I'm going to face you for this next one. Let's just take the hands, kick your body side to side. It's like your hands are giving your body a little slappy hug. All right, move to your hands and your knees. We're moving kind of fast because I want to get up and warm our legs up a little bit by doing some plies or some bends. And let's arch your back. Call this cat-cow. In yoga, it feels really good to your spine. Kind of the same thing we did on the ground. And make your ribs and your hips go in circles. I like your hips are going one way, and your ribs are going the other way. And reverse it. All right. Curl one toe under, stretch it back. Switch into the other side. And if you can get enough traction on your back foot, you can get a little stretch on your calf. That always feels good to me. And let's curl both toes. Press your heels back. Try to flatten out that line. Bring your shoulder blades down your back. Make a nice straight line from your back, from your wrist to your hips. And if that's too much, you can always bend your knees. And if it feels better, you can go one foot in the other. All right, walk your feet in. Roll up. Okay, I'm gonna adjust the camera to be a little bit more for standing, and I'll move my mat back. So we're gonna do kind of like what we did in the set warm-up we had this year. And we're gonna do some squats and then some side tilts just so we can get our thighs going a little bit. All right, ready? So take your fingers together, your feet. Let's do parallel to start with, okay? And then we're gonna do squats where we come down and we touch our elbows to our knees, and then nice and slow back up. And we're just gonna keep doing that. So it's not too fast. This is so we can do like what Cadence was requesting and do some nice stretches with our legs. Let's do 2 more. And now turn your toes out, tuck your buns in, hands touching your head, low touch. And this should work your middle. Boy. It's funny. I always think my house is cold, and then once I start working, I'm like, man, turn off the heater. Ugh. All right, let's go back to our squats, toes forward, and bend down. Then we'll do our calf raises. I promise Cadence we're gonna get to stretching. And the rest of you too. She just was the only one who sent in requests. By the way, if you're still doing this one and you chose to do this one this week, I'm thinking about doing a themed costume one next week. I'll have to let you know ahead of time. So if you want to join me in costume, you can. I haven't decided. I gotta see how many costumes I actually have at home. All right, turn your toes out. Whoa! Hands behind your head. Bend your knees side to side. But I have an idea. We'll see how ambitious I am. By that point, my costume might be as intricate as like a onesie or something. Who knows? All right. Okay. Woo! That feels better in my legs. Okay. Which means that we get to move back to laying down again. So I'll adjust the camera one more time so you can see me. We're actually going to do a series that is some floor bar stuff, but is also some stretching stuff, okay? All right. So we're going to start first by doing some foot stuff. So go ahead and sit totally upright. Get the meat out of the way, as I like to say. Make sure you can feel your sit bones. And you're going to sit cross-legged, cross-armed like this. So if you saw me from the side, I'm sitting up. This actually requires a little bit of abdominal strength. So we're going to roll through our toes, and then you're going to flex your toes, and then flex your feet. So you go ankles, toes, toes, ankles. We're just going to keep doing that for a little while. And you'll notice if you're really sitting up nice and tall and straight, it's like you might feel it working out in your back or your abs, depending on where you feel it. Let's do that some more. Now we're going to go the opposite way, so it's going to feel kind of strange. You're going to grip your toes, then you point your toes, and then you're going to pull back up, and you might feel it in your arches, and then let your toes go. So we go toes first, then ankles, ankles, then toes. Toes, ankles, ankles, toes. Let's do that a couple more times. If you're in ballet class, this is especially awesome. Or a jazz dancer and you just want to have better foot articulation. You don't use it as much in hip hop because we're in tennis shoes most of the time, right? Let's do one more after this. And shake your feet out. Okay, we have one more to do before we recline and get to chill a little bit or work on our legs, okay? So you're gonna go toes, ankles, drop my heels down and roll through my toes, ankles. Engage your quadriceps. You can see my heels are, we're gonna hold it for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Let's do that 2 more times. Ready? Toes, ankles. Engage your quadriceps. Try to find some royalty-free music. I got in trouble. My video will not be played in Pakistan. That's what it said. Okay, here we go. Ready? And toes, ankles, flex and lift it up. And roll it down. Shake your legs out. All right. Let's go to recline. We'll come back up a little bit so you don't get to be laying down the whole time, okay? All right, so you're on your back. Let's go ahead and again start with our knee. And you're gonna bring your knee up to your chest. And we're gonna work in 3 different planes. So I'm gonna turn and face my body towards you this way. So we're gonna work in a straight line this way. We're gonna cross the midline and we're gonna open. But no matter what position you're in, here, just follow me while we're laying down. Place your hands on your hips. Place your fingers on your hip bones. And then lift one side and feel what that feels like, not only on the bottom, with where your hips connect to the floor, but on the top. So what we want to try and do when we move the leg in different positions is use your muscles to keep your hips in that same position so that you're not doing it from your back. Because once you start moving your hip bones that are right there, then you're moving your back. You're not using the different spots in your leg. And since you know everybody, I think, has had the anatomy class with me somehow, we have 3 heads in our hamstrings. So we want to be able to do the outside, the center, and the inside. And then we have 4 parts of our quads, plus we have all other kinds of muscles. So we want to make sure we're not just stretching one set of muscles, okay? So back to where we started. Bring your, whatever knee you want to up. It doesn't matter. One knee. Just remember which one and then we'll switch sides. And I want you to place your fingers on the back of your hamstring and then extend your leg up. And we're just going to do that to let the muscle be like, hey, what's going on? You're stretching me. Maybe your leg gets straight. Maybe it doesn't. Doesn't really matter. You notice my foot's flexed, right? So we've talked about this in some of the classes that I have, that when you flex it, you're actually stretching this part and this part. When you point your toe, you might notice it's actually an easier stretch. For those of you who are super flexible, there's a lot of you out there, feel free to extend your leg and do this too, okay? I'm just gonna keep my knee back. Let's do it 2 more times. 1 and 2. Okay, so now you're gonna let go of your leg, and if your leg's here or if it's bent and you still feel the stretch, it doesn't really matter as long as you feel the stretch in the center and not behind your knee or right here next to your hip bone, because that means you're stretching your tendon. We don't want to do that. So our leg is straight, and I have my socks off, which is convenient. So I have my right leg up. It doesn't matter which leg you have, and I'm going to use my left hand to either hold my leg or to grab my toe. And I'm going to keep those hips on the ground, and I'm going to carry my leg across. This one is not fun for me. I don't like this one, but it's good for us. And you'll notice you feel it maybe in the back of, like I feel the back of my calf. I feel it right here on this side of my leg. It's kind of this diagonal stretch on this side. And let's bring it back to the center. Feel where that is. And let's place, if you have your right leg up, place your left hand on your hip. If you have your left leg up, place your right hand on your hip. And take same arm and leg. And you're going to place this hand on your hip, and you're going to keep that flat as you carry the leg to the side. We're going to do my favorite one. You guys know which one that is. It's the pigeon pose next. All right, bend that knee, and you're just going to roll to the side and go all the way over to pigeon pose. Oh, I've been jogging a lot, which is awesome because it gets me outside. but I always forget to stretch. So when Kaden said she wanted to stretch, I was like, yeah, I need that. For those of you who are super stretchy, you can come up, just make sure you engage here. You can bend your back foot, you can hook your elbow, you can take your hand up and over. I'm just gonna stay here. So if you're doing any of that, you can hang out there for a couple more seconds and then we'll switch sides. Oh yeah, this feels good. Okay, gently roll back to your back. Let me check our time on the recording. Oh, we're doing fine. 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna switch and go to the other side so you can see my downstage leg. So now we're gonna do the other side. So get ready. I did my right side first. I'm gonna get ready to do my left side. So lying on your back, bring your knee in, place your fingers behind it, and let's extend and straighten. Oh yeah. There's a little difference in the flexibility on one side for me than the other. And I know there is for a lot of you. Mason, if you're doing this video, I know you love your right side and not so much your left. And just keep doing that. Remember, your knee doesn't have to be straight and it can be lower. Again, for those of you who are more stretchy, more flexible, you can extend that other leg out while you do this activity. Okay? And let's do like 5 or 6 more of those. Four and 5. Okay, this is that one where we're going to take it across the midline of our body. So you can either hold your calf, or if you're reaching all the way up to your toe, you can do your 2 fingers over it. Remember, let's just go ahead for a reminder and place your other finger on that hip and take that body across, the leg across your body, and then maybe pull it up towards your body. Ah. Ah. Oh yeah. Oh, I haven't done this one in a while. Oof. And take it back to the midline. Take it with the same arm, like take that other hand on that hip like we talked about last time. Place the fingertips on that hip bone, and then as you take it to the side, keep that hip bone in the same position. Oh, this one feels good. By the way, once we do pigeon, we're gonna roll over and face the front and do some inner thigh stuff more. This one gets my inner thighs, but you get more of it today. All right, bend that knee. Let's go to our favorite pigeon pose, roll over. Make sure that back knee is flat on the ground, that your toes are flat. And come all the way up to your hands. Those of you who want to do the link, you can do bend your back foot, hook your elbow, take your other hand over the top. Otherwise, you can just sit here and that's fine too. All right, friends, let's face the front. Oh, I hide myself back. I can tell from the dust I need to vacuum my floor. All right, put the bottoms of your feet together. And it doesn't matter how close your feet are to your body, you can decide. Just make sure you can sit up nice and tall, okay? So we're gonna go forward to the front first. We have to move the muscles and the skin out of the way as you do that. And stretch forward. Some of you can lay totally flat, that's awesome. Not me. When I used to teach elementary kids, I would have challenges and say, okay, who can touch their forehead to their feet? And then I'd have them raise their hand. And, okay, who can touch your chin to your feet? I can't if I bend my toes, so I'm cheating a little bit and I haven't raised my hand. Okay, who can touch your chest to your feet? And then they love that part, so you can try that challenge. Okay, take one hand. This is actually going to do the space in between your rib cage and your hips. So place your hand on one leg and extend your elbow all the way. You notice my shoulder's doing that. We're actually going to turn. You're holding your leg down, and for some of you this is super easy. For me, not so much. And then you're going to try to touch your nose to or your forehead to your leg. For me, I feel it right here on my hip, on the opposite side. I don't feel it in my groin. Some of you will feel it right here on the inside of your adductors, but just different for different people. And some of you will be like, I don't feel anything. Lucky dogs, that's all I can say. Okay, hands on your knee, straighten your elbow, and without lifting your knee up, try to aim your head towards your opposite knee. All right, so we're gonna go on and we're gonna do one leg at a time. So extend one of your legs, doesn't matter which one, okay? And you're gonna lift up and you're gonna turn your body so that your rib cage can be over your straightened leg. Toes are straight up and down. You're gonna place your hands on either side of your leg. Depending on your flexibility, this might feel really good. For a lot of you, because I know dancers, most of us have a little bit of flexibility. You can maybe go to your elbows. Maybe you're gonna go flat, or you can take your hand like this and grab the other wrist underneath and then use that as a leverage to pull your body down. And then we're just gonna hang out. Rolling up, take that hand that's on the same side of your knee and just to make a fancy little stretch, we're just going, oh yeah, hello. Kind of feels good in between my rib cage and my hip. And before we go to the other side, some of you love this one. And so we're gonna walk forward. Maybe just your hands. I have some people in class who are like, this does it for me. I feel it inside of my thighs. For some of you, you can roll all the way through, you don't feel anything. So the challenge is for those of you who are super stretchy, even though it's not as much fun, see if you can hold your toes up and then have your body be a separate stretch, okay? It was better than the other day. The other day, I don't know what was going on. I couldn't go forward at all. Maybe move side to side, so you feel different parts. Okay, time to do the other leg. All right, so leg comes in, lift your body up, rotate your shoulders so they're squared up with your leg. Forward stretch, you know, you can either be here, you can even be upright, as long as you feel your hamstring. You can grab your foot, you can do the bind, whichever one feels good to you. Let's do our fancy pose, hand with the bent knee, swing all the way up. Ta-da! One more time to the center. Walking it forward. And rolling up. I told you I would do some arm stuff, so let's do that now too, okay? So I'm gonna crisscross your feet. Let's start with one arm, doesn't matter which one. Take your arm across and then grab it with the other one. Make sure you're not up like this so that your arm is in your neck, but lower it down so you can get a little bit of stretch, hopefully, in your deltoid. You all know what your deltoid is. You had your muscles test. Gently do the other side. And again, pulling that arm down so it's right in line with the shoulder joint. I should be giving you muscle tests right now, right? What is a joint? Where two bones come together. Okay, I'm going to face the side so you can see this next one. You're going to place your hands on the ground and be careful on this one. And you're going to walk your arms or walk your body forward, and you should feel a stretch. I kind of feel it in the front part of my deltoid and maybe into my biceps. For those of you who are super stretchy, try to get your pinkies to touch before you go. So you would start with it. Everybody else, stay where you are. You would start with your arms, pinkies touching in the back, and then walk it out, right? That's just if you have super stretchy arms. All right, come back to the middle. Let's do some more step to the front. So I'm trying to like alternate which way we go. So we do this in yoga class. So if you have me for yoga, you'll know this is cow face arm post. We also use an eagle. I don't know why they call it cow face arms. Okay, you're gonna cross your elbows and bring the backs of your hands together. That's super easy. You can take the top arm forward and do hand to hand. When you lift your hands up and drop your shoulders down and then drop your chin, you can kind of play with that location and you might feel a stretch in between your shoulder blades. Or your scapula if you're a dance 2 or 3 dancer, right? And let's do the other side. So I had this arm on the top, which is my right arm. I think it's your left. I don't know if this mirrors it. Take the other arm on the top, touch backs of the hands. The top arm goes forward, and then maybe links. Remember, you go up, drop your shoulders down, and then drop your head down. Kind of play with like testing out where your hands need to be to find that stretch. All right. And let's put your hands in your knees. I'm facing side because of my mat, also so you can see. So we're gonna do 2 more stretches. Let's see what we're doing for time. Oh, we're almost there. 2 more stretches and I'll be done. Okay. Take your hands like this, flip them down. Place your hands down on the ground. Micro bend your elbows for my lovely dancers who like to hyperextend their elbows. And then stretch out. It shouldn't have shooting pains. It should feel kind of good. We do a lot of writing with our fingers and texting, and all our hands are curled all the time. So this gets that inside of those arms. I like this. Feels good to me. You don't want too much weight on your wrists. Doesn't always feel good there. Okay, last stretch. Place your hands back behind you. This one's going to be for your quadriceps. So you're actually going to lift your hips up as you're stretching back. Oh my gosh, I love this one. You kind of have to squeeze your gluteals together. And let's release and do that one more time. Ready? And lift your hips up. Squeezing the glutes together. You should feel a stretch in your quad. That feels good. Okay, let me stop the music and I'll say a goodbye before you go. Okay, let me move my mat forward. Well, this is week 2. Well, actually, I guess it's this would be the start of week 3 for our online school. At this point, we don't know what's going on past the 20th, so I'm just planning on until the 20th, and hopefully I'll see you. But if we don't, I'm going to keep doing these Monday days. I know I got some great pictures from like Emily and some other people showing me that they were doing the workout. So I miss you. I hope you're okay. Be kind to yourself. Hang in there. Send me notes if you want to, and I'll talk to you next week or whenever you message me. Everybody have a good week.